Why are you and Kyle so bearish, bro?
Not bearish. Not bearish. I've never been bearish. No. Never been bearish. It's about where I want to buy where I want to buy more coins.
I proved my alt when Bitcoin was between 46.5 and 47. I will tweet when I re-enter. I'm not sure what that level will be at. Despite my bare moon post yesterday, I'm looking for longs just lower. I am not mid or long-term bearish. So just short-term bearish. And you said, same, brother.
Yeah, that's what I got the guys yesterday. So now the whole community is sitting and looking, okay, you know, we saw a little bit of downside yesterday, and a lot of the alts are cheaper than what they were yesterday. So now by buying back at these zones now, you've made more tokens. You know, it's teaching guys, right? We've been through 2 cycles with the community, and it's very important to teach them at resistance. Nothing wrong with taking some off. And then when are we deploying again? I will never sell if I don't know where I'm buying back. I won't sell.
I think you guys are...
No, so we're going to have to chat now because we're forming
a damn bull trade
before the Bitcoin conference. I got a lot of questions to ask you, right? Is he there?
He's silent now. He's frozen.
Rand frozen.
It looks like we're still here, though.
Are we still here? Okay, let's get him up here. Guys, we have a bull flag. Are you back, Rand? Let him just sort out his internet. Let him jump back on and off it quickly. Guys, we've got a bull flag forming on Bitcoin before the Bitcoin conference. Yesterday was a great call as well. And then, you know, the whole question is now, there's nothing ever wrong with taking some profits at resistance. And where are we buying back? And that's confirmation buys. It's really interesting. We have a bull flag forming on Bitcoin right before the conference because there might be some big news that come out. And a break of that flag takes us to the $50K to $55,000 region. And it's very, very interesting to see, you know, how this goes and how we're going to act on it. So, guys, massive show today. I think let's waste no more time. Get out of bed and let's go.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up and get the guy going on. Gotta wake up, bitch, get up. Get up. Get up.
You got me good. I wasn't paying attention.
Yo, James, just checking if you're awake there, brother.
We got in good, bro. We got in good. Alrighty, welcome back, guys. You see, there's a war between the Bulls and the Bears here in the office today. So I've been saying all along that we're going up, and Kyle Dupes and Sheldon are calling for a pullback. So I think only time will tell whether Kyle Dupes and Sheldon are right, and whether Rand's right, and we're going to go up. Because I think what you guys answered
since the beginning. I'm just having a quick water break, and then I'm going to have another shooter.
There's going to be a massive announcement this week at Bitcoin 2021. There's going to be a lot of announcements. There's going to be a lot of hype. It's the biggest conference in the world. New retail investors are going to come in. The new retail investors are going to come in. They're going to buy like crazy people after the event.
I think let's intro the community, and then let's get into it. I got a few questions to ask. I want to know how big this announcement can be. And with that, it can match my TA beautifully, because then I can look, because I have levels of the next Bitcoin breakout, but I also have higher levels. And all depending on how big these announcements can be, either or of what it can be, you know, it can sort of give us a good frame of where this market can move next and what we should be doing.
Oh, welcome to the community. Smash a like, subscribe to our channel. Today, we're going to be doing a whole lot of giveaways. I'm going to be giving away up to $5,000 worth of ADA swap. In order for us to start giving away the ADA swap today, which is, by the way, it's an exchange which we have invested in. So don't say you didn't know. We have invested in. We paid I think we paid the private sale or the IDO price, which I think is 0.05 cents. So you know how much we've paid for our tokens too. And we're not telling you to buy it, even though it is going live on gate.io today. We told you how much we paid. And if it launches and the launch is weak, then maybe it's a great opportunity for you guys to get in. But don't go and buy that huge pump that does that. Don't do that. No one does that. Rather wait for it to settle down and then buy. So you know that the IDO price is 0.05, so it's half a cent. So if it's, you watch the listing, and if it's anywhere near 0.05 or maybe even 1 cent or maybe even 2 cents, and it hasn't done like a 10 or 20x, then that's maybe a chance for you to get in. Otherwise, we will be giving away on the show today, when we get to 3,000 likes on the stream, 3,000 likes, there's more than 3,000 people watching. So it just means that everybody just has to touch the likes, and then we're going to start doing giveaways on the show today. Okay, let's not waste time. Let's go straight into charts. That way we can do a whole lot of charts for the community. You asked about the magnitude of the news. Look, there are two rumors going around now. The first rumor is based on Jack Mallers, and that, you know, if Jack Mallers is talking about it and it's part of his talk, that's an integration between Stripe and Apple Pay, which means that anybody using Apple Pay may be able to use Bitcoin with Lightning Network. So very important that Strike is very, very, very focused, and they're only focused on Bitcoin. Jack Mallers is a Bitcoin maximalist, and they promote Lightning Network, which is what El Salvador is doing. So you got to take it from where it comes. If the announcement is made, it's very much going to be we support Bitcoin only payments on Apple Pay. So that's the worrying part, because for me, if I saw Apple wanting to integrate something, I'd want them to say, you can now make crypto payments using Apple Pay. You can use Bitcoin, you can use Ethereum, you can use Doge, you can use Litecoin. If the announcement is what I think the announcement is, then it's only Bitcoin, and it's only Bitcoin using the Lightning Network. That's my two sides of that coin, right? So that's what I'm expecting.
Because Bitcoin dominance, you know, think about it. You got Bitcoin on a bull flag. You have dominance, which has been completely in alt's favor. If Bitcoin breaks 47, 48, all eyes on Bitcoin, bouncing dominance. You know, it sort of matches just a little short-term view on what the market can do. We know Bitcoin and alts are taking turns between each other. And I think right now, the people are just at that point where we've broken long-term trends and it's looking great. Where do we buy more? And where do we keep adding? And what's the structure we're going to use along this journey to make sure, firstly, we're protected and we're not repeating, you know, these previous FOMO seasons. You know, what are we basically looking at? So that's big. Now, if now Apple now say that they have bought Bitcoin, you know, in that sort of region, which one will give it a bigger effect in your opinion, Rand? Obviously, the Strike network and using that, it will be a good thing. But obviously, we want Apple, we want them to say that they own Bitcoin. Like, that's what we want to see. I don't know, in your opinion.
There is a rumor going around that Apple have bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. There is another rumor that they're going to announce it sometime between the 6th and the 9th of April. I don't think that that's going to happen. And I'll tell you why I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Apple are crypto people. So I don't think that they're going to time their announcement and say, hey, we integrated Bitcoin and also we bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. The reason why I don't think they would do it is it just feels like, hey, you bought it and then you pumped it because you integrated it into Apple Pay and now the price is going to go up. So it just feels like it's in bad spirit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin before, and then what we did was we integrated it into our wallet, and now you can also go and buy it. It just feels like, oh, I don't know. And also, Tim Cook came out about a year ago and he said Apple is not an investment company. It's not they're not an investment company. So I think Apple Pay is almost a sure thing, but I think Bitcoin on Apple's balance sheet is not happening. I don't think so. But let's see. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong 8 times before.
Good news. I think it's, you know, people always take that news and they basically extend it, and we know what little news like that can do to the market. I think the big question is, and I want to ask you this, is retail in the market, brother?
Yes.
Just entering, dipping their toes?
Yes, let me show you. I can show you a few charts here. Hold on. You see, I have to scroll through.
I just want to get all the fundamentals from you, and then we can hit into the charts, and I can give the views. just off of
So
hearing.
according to multiple reports, one report was it was a tweet by Will Clemente, which shows that retail. Here it is. Here we go. So let's quickly show you guys this. Shows you that who's getting into the market now. Retail. Here it is. The little pink line is retail. So it's Bitcoin supply held by entities of less than 0.001 Bitcoin. So that is small. And you can see that it goes through these spikes, you see? And so what we're getting now is we're getting this other spike. So you see this spike over here. Now, interestingly enough, what he says, either we are doomed, because usually when retail spikes, that's the end of a cycle. That's, the blow off top, the end of a cycle. You can see that over here, retail spiked, bang, correction. You can see over here, bang, correction. You can see over here, over there, bang, correction. So that's when retail starts to FOMO. Now, if you look at what's happening here, retail started to FOMO. He says, either we are doomed as retail has chosen to use Bitcoin, either we are doomed or retail has chosen to use Bitcoin as a savings account and opt out of the fiat system. So okay, wow. Are they speculating or are they actually saving using Bitcoin? That's the big question. I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay, great. So obviously we know now higher time frame, we broke through long-term wedge, and we just wanted to know that little quick dip we had to $44,000 zone the other day, is that the temporary bottom? And what I'm starting to see now is Bitcoin's forming a daily bull flag at this sort of point, which makes sense. We got the Bitcoin conference coming up. We got news, because what's driving the market, Ren? We had Do Kwon driving the market. What's next to drive the market? What's going to give the market reason now for more retail to come in and more FOMO to come into the market? You need another catalyst. You know what I mean? And maybe it is something now happening over the Bitcoin conference weekend. So for now, chart-wise, any dips that were coming to retest was great for us to add. Yesterday, I started laddering off side positions of my some of my altcoins. Not all of them. The only reason being was obviously looking at a lot of these tokens, how heavily overextended they were, where they were just ripping completely, and no pullbacks. Like, usually we have like short-term pullback, big wave up, short-term pullback, big wave up. And what I'm basically looking at there was two sort of things from Bitcoin. Either we were going to shoot up and we were going to have a quick correction and make a sort of wave, or we got the second option now where Bitcoin goes up and we make a bull flag. Oh, terrible drawing. There we go. In that sort of thing. So, the market's bullish. The fact that we keep getting bought up now is quite crazy. And for me, it's like, this is why it's tough, guys. It's tough to get your alt entries when the market gets moving. It becomes very, very difficult. But for me, if the news is only coming out possibly end of the week, I'm still looking at a short-term pullback, and that's where I'm loading up on the altcoins. I did not exit or take profits in this market to not get back in. I got in to say, where can I add some of the positions that we're going? Where can I add more Solana? Where can I add more AVAX? Where can I add more DOT? These are the ones we've learned now, and it's important to teach the community this as well, that to buy now is irresponsible, in my opinion. Like, to buy on a pullback, it makes sense, and we're starting to learn. But this is what you're buying. You're buying something where the greed has just taken over for a long time. So whenever we're at resistance, guys, never be afraid to take some off the table. And for me, if Bitcoin now breaks this wedge, right, and this is where it's painted nicely. Let's jump in here. Okay, so if Bitcoin breaks this wedge now, and we break to the upward side, if we go look at this now, we match it up with here. Look at dominance. Dominance has been tailing down for a long term. We look at the RSIs. We could see how it's only just crossed to the upward side now. And for me, it makes sense that dominance is going to have a full little pullback to the upward side. Now, in our head, we were thinking, okay, this might be a pullback, because if the markets are shooting up, dominance is going down, alts are outperforming Bitcoin. And if the market's correct, then they're also having the bigger pullbacks. That obviously gives us opportunities to be entering them. But now we've got the second scenario where Bitcoin goes sideways. Dominance now decides to turn on the short time frame, and now decides to have a nice little, let's actually have a look percentage-wise, a nice little 2 to 4% to the upward side. Now, the only time that Bitcoin
Are you saying that would happen if Bitcoin goes sideways?
No. I'm saying that if Bitcoin does this. If Bitcoin breaks bull flag. Where's my bull flag? That. So for me, why would dominance go up unless it's a correction?
If Bitcoin runs up too fast. If Bitcoin runs up too fast. So for example, if Apple announced they bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, I don't think that's where it's going. But if they do that, you may get like Bitcoin going up to 55,000, and it would take the altcoins a little bit of time to actually catch up. That's the other scenario.
It just means the same thing. Like, when did the alts actually really start pumping? Was here. This is when the alts really started pumping. They didn't pump here. They pumped a little bit, but they didn't pump hard. Like, they pumped really strong here when Bitcoin finally broke out. And it's the same thing now. Bitcoin's at a crucial level now. So a breakout here, the first breakout, I don't see the alts running with it yet. And then I see Bitcoin slowing down. So you're basically going to get this bull flag sort of attempt. Not the bull flag, but the bull flag strategy, where from here we shoot up and we do the same thing. We start to run sideways. In that sideways time is the transition of the altcoins, and then we have a big altcoin catch-up, which means I started taking short profits yesterday on altcoins because of looking at the charts and how they've extended. But worst scenario, Bitcoin breaks out now and it runs alone. Then at least I know I'm confirming that I can buy back in the alts, because Bitcoin is at another level now. My main concern now is Bitcoin sitting still under the 200-day moving average. And as long as we sit under there, I know the alts are going to be held back a little bit at those sort of points. I know someone said they're confused.
Where is the 200? Where is the 200-day moving average? What does Bitcoin need to break the 200-day moving average?
$8,000 zone. So for me, it's simple. Bitcoin, it's forming a bull flag, and the pattern, it should break out to the upward side. It breaks to 48 and goes to 50. Dominance is going to go up. Bitcoin's going to run. Then at least I know Bitcoin's finally broken the 200-day moving average. Now we're not going to get a bigger pullback on the alts, and now it's safe to deploy and get fully back into the markets. So there's nothing ever wrong with getting, especially because dominance and Bitcoin move in different directions, there's nothing wrong with me taking profits at resistance points. Because if we do have another breakout now, it's going to be a Bitcoin breakout. And then it will be diversed into the altcoins, which means, okay, the alts aren't going to go much lower. You know, we are getting the RSI starting to reset. You can see the Bitcoin RSI is still sitting in the middle right now. So for me, you know, I'd want it to these sort of regions. But then it's being clever now, and it's safe for me to deploy back into the altcoins. And I think that's the whole purpose of it. We're not here to be spooked out of the market or anything like that. I'm trading with a strategy always. And you know, Bitcoin's got to run now. Come on, let's have a big announcement this weekend. Get to 50,000, 55,000. And then the exciting part happens, brother. Because then the big leg. Remember here, the first leg we had now, we broke momentum with dominance. This is the juicy one. This is the one where it's absolutely killer. Is when we have the next leg down of that dominance. We need a short-term pull-up. And this short-term pull-up, take Bitcoin to 50, 55K. The money's in the market now. Now then, let's diversify. And as soon as that happens, boom, you're going to have an absolute massive explosion. You'll have there's my USDT dominance chart. You'll have a massive explosion down. Remember the last time, this was the leg where the alts were made, not the first one. The second one was the really big one. And I think it's a good way to teach guys. I don't know what you feel, brother. Just staying in the market the whole time is great, but Bitcoin's at resistance now. And we need another catalyst.
So I agree with you guys. I agree with you. One thing that you guys are not taking into account, or I think that you guys are not taking into account, is that every time you're trading out of a trade, you got a tax consequence. So for me, when I look at it, I go, if I'm trading in and out, and I'm going to have to pay tax every single time, what do I do?
Because it all depends.
So most people here.
So what I said yesterday, Ran, is I'm only taking profits if my entries are, you know, I can see ETH coming back. Let me just have a quick example here. Just to say, we get a pullback now. I can see ETH now, short pullback, come to $3,100 in those zones. If I have a better entry than that, I don't need to get out. Nothing. Remember, it's for the entry, for the big leg, for the next leg. That's what I think. But if my entry is worse than this, and I got an entry at 3.2 or 3.3 or somewhere in that sort of zone, you know, for me, I want the better entry for the next leg to the upward side. It's same with any of them. Cardano now. There could be, we're forming a bull flag here. It did not test this. There could be a possibility of $1 to 110. Do I have a better entry than that? I have a better entry? Cool. I don't have to worry about this pullback at all. But if I don't have a better entry, and my entry shitty, you know what I mean? Like, and I got to start playing roles with that because I want a better entry. As long as I got a better entry on a coin, it's easy. Like, would you ever sell your, you're selling to balance your portfolio of Luna, but would you ever ruin your entry? Would you ever now sell all of it and then 2 weeks later go buy all of it back again? You've just ruined your entry. Like, you've had an entry for 3 years now. You've had an entry at like 10 cents or 5 cents or whatever it was. Now you're going to replace it to have $100 entry. So it's all about fighting for that entry for the next leg to kill it. So same with Tezos. I'm seeing short-term pullback here. Have you got a better entry than that? You do? Hold it out. Like, we're strong, but we've reversed Atom. So it's just a nice way for guys to sort of balance. Same as Solana. Look at this. Like, Solana's ripped and ripped and ripped and ripped. I don't think it hit the full high of this wave just yet. But for me, I'm waiting for Bitcoin. If it pulls back, I know Solana's coming back to the 110, 120 zone. Do I have a better entry than that? If I do, hold it strong. If I don't, be clever. Just so that people can learn to start bringing down those entries for the next wave.
Okay. What would you be buying now?
So for me, I'm still prepping for the buys right now. I think if the market does pull back, the way I want to see it is between today and tomorrow's pullback time, Thursday pump. That's sort of how I want it to play out. And I think if we do pull back, I think it's going to be quick. I think it's going to be another quick one that can take us to the $44,000, $45,000 region quite quickly, which means I want to set limit orders, which means I have limit orders ready for AVAX around $85 to the $90 zone. I have limit orders for Chainlink, which is sitting at $16. So I just have limit orders that are waiting so that I can prep. In time of indecision like this, don't wait for anything. Set your limit orders. Have your limit order set. So if it does happen, you set for the money. Remember, Theta is one of my biggest movers that I'm thinking is going to absolutely kill. And I got, at 3.5, I got limit orders. It really came down. It's on a clear downtrend. It's broken short-term down. I want to catch it at that zone there, and that's why I want to load up. Rune had a nice little bounce. Beautiful on trend. And for now, I can't buy Rune at these prices, but I would look to buy it at around, $8 to $9. I have limit orders there for now. This will all change if Bitcoin breaks us that wedge, because then we know now, okay, now we're going to look for the higher things. We've got to start executing in, and we've got to start, moving to the next ones. I saw Luna, brother. Luna's moving. Even in a market that's not doing that. It's going. So $140.
I traded some Luna for Solana. And right now, still my Solana bet's doing better. So if you look at Luna to Solana, still Solana's done better than Luna. But I mean, it's short term. I'm talking about the next 10 years, 5 years. So yeah. I think should we do some of what the community wants? I saw someone in the community was actually talking about Nami. We haven't spoken about Nami for a long time. It doubled yesterday. It felt like it was almost like dying. I know it's not dying. I know the guys are still building, but in terms of hype, it was dying. And then yesterday it did like a 50% increase. I don't know if you can even chart it on your thing here.
I will need to get Dex tools up, so give me 2 seconds here to do that. Super. See, guys, these things ripped. We didn't get the buys in time. Not everyone got the buys in time. Like, set your limit orders. 75 cents for me for Super breaking a long-term downtrend is beautiful. Right, and that was the only problem that we had in the last week, is we broke all of the weekly and daily breakouts on all the alts. We haven't retested them yet. So I just want to load up more on the retest. That's what I want. I just wanted to come back here, stock up more. I'm buying a retest. I'm buying RSIs that are coming down other than them going upwards. And that's a good buy. Same with Arweave. Arweave only just broke. I don't see Arweave getting much lower than $34 in that region. That's my long-term view. Phantom.
Let's do quant for Luke Cullis. He did a super chat, even though we tell people not to do super chats. He did one. So let's respect the super chats.
Remember, guys, these calls, I don't know the tokens, all of them. I don't know if you know quant.
Obviously I know the token, but I mean, do I have a view on it? I don't have a view on it. I don't follow it very closely.
Yeah, so this one's still in, Bitcoin broke out of that wedge. This one's still in that zone for now. It got rejected there. So support buys, momentum buys is where you want to load up. So these sort of zones here, 110, 120. It's the only time I'll be buying is on that pullback. Then I'm comfortable with it.
Someone here is asking a very interesting question. She's saying, she saying, how do you know when to take your profits? How do you know where to put your TP boxes?
Your TPs. Okay, great.
Yeah. So give us an example of.
Can you choose a token here for me? Then I can help people with that. Any token.
Luna. Let's take Luna because everyone's holding Luna. To be very sad if people aren't.
Yeah. So you got two different views. Where did I put my Luna chart now? Let me just select it again. So you got two different views. You got coins that go into price discovery, and then you got coins that are still have previous data. So what I mean by that is we have a very clear price discovery. We got no more data of where it's never been here at these levels before. So this one's easy. This one, you take your fib from this previous wave. You take your fib from your top to your bottom. It gives you your ranges. 1618 is a TP. 2618 is a TP as well. Let me just delete that.
So it's just, so you're basically doing Fibonacci. Basically, that's how you decide where your TPs are.
On price discovery. Now on a normal token, like let's say Credo, which is looking like it's doing well, brother. It's at a point of a daily break on a wedge. It's waiting for Bitcoin. But for one like this, it's simple. Like, you know, I look at the previous times. This coin, all coins will always do a wave up, wave down. So for me, it came down from a big downward cycle. It's now, I want to always match where it narrows down in a wedge. From here, breakout. Where's my first resistance? Remember, previous lows of resistance. There's the first one. There's the second one. And basically, you got the top in that zone. So for me, if I'm holding this long term, I'll be doing the fib, taking the fib from top to bottom. Long term gives me my views of where this token can go. And this may be a year hold, maybe quite longer. And short-term views is just my previous resistances. So $4 is the first one. Second one is $6. Third one is 7.5. So it's a short-term view, guys. You're not holding the token forever. You just want to make money. It looks good. And that's it. And yeah, if you want a long-term view,
let's do Nami, because this guy, it's the same guy. Ihsan is his name. Ihsan Idris.
Okay, let me just get Dex tools up here.
While you're doing Dex tools, remember, guys, when we get to 3,000 likes, we're going to start doing giveaways. Do we have 3,000 likes? We're going to start going crazy on the ADA swap. We've got to go crazy on the ADA swap.
1.8.
1.8. Smash those likes. Smash those likes.
Smash them. What is Nami? NII, yeah?
NI.
I just got to see where to find it. They've changed the board here.
It's only one night, it's the Nami.
Nai and Vi. Nami, this one.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So you think Nami?
I don't know if this is a real breakout. So I mean, I know the chart's going down. The question is, did we actually get a breakout? So there was a price action over the last couple of days, a break out of trend? That's the question. I mean, we saw the breakout. You can see it pretty clearly there. By the way, I'm still super bullish on this. I mean, I'm super bullish on it. I just think it's one of those no hype coins that one day is just going to wake up.
Yeah, and it has before. You can see how the excitement comes in when it does. Guys, it's very simple. No retail here right now. Retail. Where are you buying? You know, that's the first question I'll ask you. Secondly, what happened here was it was trending very fast down. Now it's clearly trending sideways in this region over here. So a breakout of, geez, I can't even call that. It's 0.5 cent. You know, will finally mean we're out of sideways phase. So you've got a bottom range, which is basically 0.2. Okay. I'm not going to mention these numbers. I can't really call them. You've got the bottom range over here. That's obviously investor load up, and breakout range, which is this resistance here, which is basically where we wicked to yesterday. That's why we got a slight rejection. That's a breakout. And that's where you want to be loading up more on the breakout sort of zone. So for now, it's in accumulation, brother, which means dollar costing in the zone.
AIOZ, and that is for Surav. And another super chat. These super chats are going to kill us one day.
So this one's nice. See, so ARs, I like this because you see what I was talking about that Nami, about being in the sideways phase. This one's now finally broken out of it. So you know this is accumulating phase, and now we've broken out of it. I want to track that. I put that trend line in. We had the big little shoot up, which brought in volume. So for me, it's going to come back to this range, fully imbalance in that candle. And that's where I want to be buying, because now I know that it's now broken out of the sideways phase over here. Mm-hmm. What's exciting about it, people want to know when to take profits. You want to see the ones that show the gap. So now that we broke that, we broke all of this resistance. Where's the next resistance? It's all the way up there. So if we want to look about
the price up there, 47.
Yeah, so it's 47. So you want to look at your potential of your next trade is exactly that. You know, you're looking at a 90% leg on the next one. So don't buy them unless they are in the zones, please, guys. And that's in the region of 24 to the 26 cents region. Don't FOMO in, get your entry. And, you know, I'll be offloading around 48 as my first offload.
You know, one that I'm watching, and I don't know if you can even chart this one. It's T-shares, and the reason why I'm watching it is because Tomb is completely off the peg. It's now way out of peg, and we kind of know what happens. It goes out of peg, and then it goes back into peg. Right now, the peg's at 9350, 0.9350. So we know what's going to happen, or what usually happens is the whales come in, they buy Tomb to get it back to peg, and then what happens is T-shares goes up because T-shares starts to print. So right now it's down. I mean, it's 3,360, I think it is. And I don't know why. I don't remember the last time it was that.
Key charts on here.
Let me just see if when the last time it was this low was. So it was here in the 14th of March. It was that low, and then it shot up to 6,000, and then it went down again. So for me, that's maybe one to look at. It's high risk though, because if Tomb does lose its peg, it loses its peg, and then that's it. I mean, Louis Russia. Is this Louis Russia? This is Louis Russia. Louis Russia, he paid £2 to say nothing. All right, let's see. Do we have the giveaways? Let's see if we've got the giveaways.
So let's have a look at quickly, brother. T-shares. So I think these are the little pumps you're talking about to get where it needs to be. Yeah, it looks like it's going to bottom range again, which is the low 2000s in that zone. So it looks like that's been a previous stock up zone. But no higher, brother, to hit this resistance, which was this one here. So for me, it's not looking too strong, if I must be honest.
Okay, good. That's good. That's good feedback. All right, let's do giveaways. So do we have 3,000 likes? How many have we got?
0.3.
2,300. So that means we're not going to do giveaways. How sad is that?
Give away $1,000.
Should I give away a quick 1,000?
Just for the guys that did like. The guys that didn't
I'll do 2 giveaways. And then if by that time we've got 3,000 likes, then we're going to do a giveaway at ADA Swap. ADA Swap launching today. They're launching the NFT marketplace today on Cardano, and then they're launching their DEX quite soon after that. So let's see. Yes. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Ashley Watson, you get $200 worth of ADA Swap at the IDO price. Michaela Ramona B, you get $200 of ADA Swap at the IDO price. Someone here, somebody here, he said, make my wife happy. I mean, I can do that, but you have to post the picture first. I'm quite fussy like that.
I also have we're going to do it tomorrow again. So we had a coin panel that changed through. Remember, you can see my charts there 24/7. A lot of my charts there. I also have 5 giveaways, which I'm going to give you away within this week. We did run it last week where, if we said if you're using the link, we'll be giving them away. They just had an upgrade and now everything is running smoothly. Please send a lot of feedback so we can make sure that everyone's happy and they understand what's going on. But I'll be giving away 5 within that this week. So make sure you use that link. We will be giving away on that link for the remainder of the week. And just to sort of number down, guys, right now, you do nothing. We're going to wait to see if Bitcoin breaks that wedge. Then we're acting on alts and we'll be catching the next break of trend on alts. Until then, I have my buy zones. Set your limit orders. Be fussy with where you want to buy it. And until the chart shows us something different, do not change your mind, do not FOMO, and do not panic out of the market. Love you lots, man.
The best trade to take is sometimes the trade that you never took. All right, the guy from Twitch, Lunile115. You're in. $200 worth of ADA swap. All right, guys, listen, love you guys madly. More ADA tokens being given away on my show, ADA swap tokens on my show. Also doubling people's portfolios. Remember, if you haven't got a Bybit account, you've got a couple of hours to open up a Bybit account, deposit money into the account. I don't care how much you deposit, but if I select you, I will double the money in your account up to $5,000. There is a link below. Also today on the show, we're going to be talking about the 5 best crypto projects to invest in now. And I've got a very special guest there. I've got Jose from Delphi Digital. So you want to hear what his 5 projects are. Make sure that you stay tuned to the show and you make sure that you
give one more $200 giveaway. Let me just find the guy here. Just one more, please.
Okay, you pick him.
Where is he, man? Yeah. He's on every single show. He comments all.
Shireen keeps winning. Okay, Shireen wins. That's fine. That's Shireen. She's a master fan. Shireen is a master fan. All right, Shireen, $200 to you in ADA swap. You're a legend. Everybody's a legend. We'll see you guys later. Until then, don't trade, my friends.